5 seconds to go. Start. I am glad to welcome you to the first meeting of the University Grants Commission. In accordance with one of the recommendation of the Central Advisory Board of Education, the Government of India decided in 1945 to set up a University Grants Committee. The functions of this committee were confined to the three central universities and it was only an advisory body. There were several known officials who were members, but they acted on a part time basis, and there was only one whole time officer who acted as secretary for the committee. With this limited personnel and the circumscribed powers, it was not surprising that the University Grants Committee was not able to make any effective contribution to the development of university education. In 1947, the committee was reconstituted with somewhat enlarged membership, but since the functions and the official assistance remained more or less the same, this committee also did not prove effective. In 1952, the Government of India therefore decided to set up a reconstituted University Grants Commission with a full time chairman and full time secretary and with enlarged membership. It was intended that this commission should look mainly after the four central universities and be entrusted with the following functions: 1. To advise the government on the allocation of grants in aid from public funds to the central universities. 2. To advise the government on the allocation of grants in aid to other universities and institutions of higher learning whose case for such grants may be referred to the commission by the government. And 3. To advise the universities and other institutions of higher learning in respect of any question referred by the government to the commission. After the passing of the constitution, the central government was entrusted with an important responsibility in higher education in respect of the coordination of facilities and the maintenance of standards in the universities. The government considered various measures for the discharge of this responsibility and came to the conclusion that it could be best fulfilled by the establishment of a Council of University Education by an Act of Parliament. A draft bill to set up a Council of University Education was accordingly prepared and circulated to the universities in order to secure the largest possible support and cooperation from them. The draft bill was considered by the Inter-University Board, which agreed with the objects of the bill as such. The government accepted this recommendation as it itself felt that a properly constituted University Grants Commission with enlarged powers and functions could discharge these duties more effectively. This also appeared to be in consonance with the recommendations of the University Education Commission. In its report, the Commission had recommended that a University Grants Commission on the lines of the University Grants Committee in Great Britain should be set up as early as possible. The Scientific Manpower Committee had also recommended the provision of generous grants for the development of postgraduate facilities in the universities. The government had accepted these recommendations in principle, but on account of financial stringency, no action could be taken on them at the time. After the acceptance of the 5-year plan, it was known that some funds had been provided for the improvement of university education, and the Ministry of Education considered the time appropriate for the establishment of a University Grants Commission. Further, discussions have been held by the government to increase the quantum of these funds, particularly in view of the fact that the University Grants Commission would have to deal not merely with the four central universities but all the universities of India. I am happy to announce that we are now in a position to establish a statutory University Grants Commission with larger funds to look after all universities, and this commission will also serve as an instrument of university reform. A draft bill has been prepared, and it is hoped that this will be presented to Parliament at an early date. The consideration of the bill by Parliament and its enactment is likely to take some time. The government, however, felt that in view of the growing problems of the universities, immediate action was needed. It has therefore considered it desirable to set up a University Grants Commission in accordance with the resolution of November last and allow it to start functioning immediately. This commission will consist of 5 members and have one person as chairman. In order to ensure that the universities do not look upon it as an external body, it has been decided to associate a number of vice chancellors with it. I am sure you will all agree that this is a momentous decision and will have far reaching influence on the development of university education in India. I therefore want that the importance of This step and the result which we hope to attain through this commission should be properly appreciated by the people at large. The first thing I want to make clear is that the Commission will be fully free and work independently. Stop.